Alright guys, we're back. We're in the middle of DCU's #1. By the way, did you mention that yours is by Gail Simone?
No, I didn't.
No.
Gail Simone wrote back.
No, it's mentioned.
She wrote it or did the art?
Wrote it.
I'm sorry, Gail Simone. I really am.
Now she feels bad.
No. There's still Wonder Woman. Okay. Another variant cover.
Oh,
I don't like Grant Morrison. I don't care. I don't care how many people liked him because of All-Star Superman. Because I got to tell you the truth, All-Star Superman was okay. It wasn't masterful. It wasn't. Oh my God, I loved it. He's awesome. He should be Superman all the time. However, I wish this was beer. However, it was okay. I'm sorry, it's that bad.
That's bad.
Coming because I don't drink, so to mention that, it's bad.
Extremely.
Now, I really tried to like this. I tried to stay as unbiased, thank you, as I could.
Does he put his dry sarcasm humor in there too? Like he usually
just show it.
Yeah.
Superman Action Comics #1.
Oh my God.
That's not
Takes place 5 years in the past. It takes place 5 years in the past when Superman was just coming into being Superman before the official suit. This is the variant cover with the official suit. Superman is a jerk. And people say, oh, I like that's fine, I don't care. I care! But beside the point. But beside the point, he can be hurt now. And in 5 years in the past, he couldn't fly yet. That's fine, he couldn't fly yet, neither could Clark on Smallville. He learned eventually, but
he didn't.
He can be hurt.
Suit when he tried to fly.
I don't know. And he bleeds a lot in this issue.
Are they all bleeding now?
So basically, he's willing to bend the law to his liking. If he sees people doing the wrong thing, he'll put them. He literally put people through a wall.
Like Grant Morrison.
But true justice in the American way, not true justice throwing people through.
He's just got a very jerky attitude.
Grant Morrison.
Very big ego. All the new DC Universe superheroes have big egos. As you guys can see, he literally will throw somebody through a wall.
Batman trade back. Right now.
The Superman that I remember too was Karen.
No. Yeah, I'm sorry. So the police try to catch him. They don't catch him. He ends up saving some people in a building that's being knocked down. And the police once again catch up to him and try to catch him. The people try to defend him. That really doesn't work. Like, it works, but Superman doesn't want anybody to get hurt. So he runs away, he changes into Clark, and he still has
the
the black
art that did Clark
stuff.
was awful.
And it turns out that he's not working for the Daily Planet yet, but he's friends with Jimmy Olsen, and Lois and him are like bitter rivals, like bitter, like they don't even, she doesn't even like him at this moment.
Awful.
And it turns out the train she's on is like part of Lex Luthor's, and Lex Luthor's working with Sam Lane to catch Superman.
Sam Lane.
Lois's father works for the
Oh,
right.
right.
Okay, so he stops a train, and that's where the blood coming out of his ear and everything, because he gets whacked by the train, and yeah, it hurts him.
That's not how...
He saves the people in the train, but it turns out it was all planned by Lex Luthor to capture Superman, and yeah, they leave him off where he's hanging, knocked out, because he stopped the train, and the train whacked him, slammed him into the Daily Planet building, and he's out cold.
You know, they took his mom, Man of Steel, making him to Man of Vulnerable.
And then they have the Superman has the other issues coming out.
You know, Grant Morrison did a similar thing to Batman.
Why would Grant Morrison do anything like this? I mean, did he read the Superman that was the Man of Steel, the Man of Tomorrow, that nothing could hurt him besides kryptonite?
Truth, justice, in the American way.
Yeah.
Oh no, now he's willing to bend justice and truth to bring villains to justice.
Why would you
crooked people?
What happens in the American way?
Why would you do this?
Oh, and the S on the cape is no longer yellow, it's just an outline.
First Batman, not Superman.
Oh my...
Yep.
I mean, Superman's like my third favorite character. In the, you know, in the whole liking of superheroes. That is not Superman. That is...
I'm sorry.
Oh, this is gonna say you are.
For new people...
Chris, I can't hear this one.
Don't worry.
My reaction.
For new people...
Is this the one?
I don't know. No, this is Superman stuff. I don't know. I can't... As much as I want to be unbiased, as much as I want to...
You can't. I know. It's hard.
especially because I grew up with Superman, and he has to be the way he is, or else I don't like him.
Very true.
If you want an honest comic review, if you want another comic reviewer's opinion, that's your best bet, because when it comes to me, nothing can compare to the original. Come back. I am reviewing Superman #1. Maybe that'll be better. I honestly can't recommend it. For people who are Superman fans, I can't recommend that
I don't even
book.
think of him as Superman.
It's not Superman.
No.
It's a new Superman. If you want a badass Superman, here it is. Badass Superman. For all you people who say it was fucking cheesy throughout the years, here's your fucking revamp right there for you. Thank you very much.
Too much of a
Give me a shitty Superman now.
This is gonna set you off, Joe.
This is gonna set Joe off. We're jumping from
did.
Superman to his best friend, Batman. He was his best friend. I don't know if they're best friends
it's true. We
anymore.
have to find that out.
Batman Detective Comics #1.
We have. You showed me this. I had my
Take
reaction.
another sip.
All I have to say is, the ending especially.
Batman's chasing after Joker, who he finds naked with this guy who has it looked like a skin mask on. We don't even know what it was. He doesn't even know what it was, Batman. And he was wondering why was Joker naked, and Joker throws a bomb to get away. Like, he gets away. Then the Gotham PD shows up, and of course, it's DC now. Superheroes aren't welcome, apparently. So they actually attack Batman, try to get him in custody. Batman escapes after saving this. Well, this little girl shows up there, and but the police saved the little girl because he's too busy escaping from the police. And he escapes. He goes back to the Batcave, and he's busy trying to figure out how to catch the Joker. Commissioner Gordon shows up. He's younger, by the way. Commissioner Gordon, also in Amber's comic, he's younger. He has red hair now. He's not gray anymore, or maybe he wasn't gray in the old. I don't know. These are my first Batman comics. The artwork, however, is amazing. Loved it. So Inspector Gordon and Batman have a talk a bit. They talk about, like, the little girl mentioned something about a pharmacy where Joker would be, but it turns out it was a lie. It was a trick, and Joker was actually at the train station leaving, and it turns out Batman figured it out and tries to catch Joker. Epic fight. Batman wins, of course. Joker is sent to Arkham Asylum.
Oh, no.
They want to transfer him to
not this part.
where is it called? To Blackgate. But his doctor says no. We're gonna leave him. Dr. Arkham actually is in this, and he says no. We'll leave him in Arkham. He's my patient. He's not evil. He's just sick.
Oh God!
Oh no! I can't see it again.
I'm not showing the page. It's disgusting.
No, don't show it. But just...
Basically, let's leave it at this. Joker meets this guy. He planned this. He wanted to get captured because this guy shows up at Arkham, and spoiler. This guy gives him some cosmetic work by taking a knife and slicing his face off, ripping the skin on his face.
Yeah, I'll see my reaction.
His reaction was...
Now, Chris and Mike, they showed this to me earlier, and but I was like...
He didn't know what I was going to show him. I said, don't get mad. He's like, why? What? I showed him the last page.
Yeah,
and he was like, no!
The last page.
Yeah.
The last page.
Sorry, that was...
The last page is so gruesome. I'm on the fence about getting shut down.
It wasn't gruesome. No, it wasn't gruesome.
No, don't show it.
I'll tell you what upset me about it. For all the people out there, because I'm a big Batman fan, like the Joker, they ruined the Joker completely as a villain.
He's gonna look demented now. Now he's gonna look not just
He already
crazy,
looked
demented.
demented. They didn't have to do this.
He's gonna look like the Red Skull.
No, it's just.
It's the Red Skull Joker now.
It's a copy. It's horrible. It's awful. There's no justifying what they did to the
Did
Joker.
Grant Morrison write this too?
No, Tony S. Daniel wrote this.
Well,
what
you don't know
is
your
wrong
Batman,
with you people?
This is not Batman, supervillain, superhero. No, this is worse. This is
Alright.
awful.
Oh wait,
I'm
yeah,
just
I'm
gonna
done.
say one thing.
Actually, no, he's the. Wait, let me give you the right writer. I'm sorry, it is
There's
not.
no reasoning.
Yeah, I just have to say this.
It's done, Amber.
It's done, Amber.
Alright,
Oh yeah, written and drawn by Tony
Okay.
Salvador Daniel.
hold on. I just want to say
But I was
something.
seeing
It's
things.
done,
when I first
Amber.
saw it.
Hold on. I just want to say one thing.
Sheesh.
When
They're just debating.
do this artwork, you know, there are kids that like read this.
Yeah,
that
kids.
don't-
And this has a T rating. And notice
T.
Teen. Uh-huh.
Rated R.
What do these people think
No,
when
A
they
for
do
adult.
all this?
I don't know.
This isn't like what.
This isn't Joker. This isn't Superman. I'm glad Barbara Gordon can walk again, but this isn't.
No, it's terrible. And for all the fans, diehard fans who grew up with this and see this,
I'm just not believing what I'm
travesty.
seeing. I thought that.
I'm trying to
I don't know
like
what to say.
action. Everybody
I really don't know what to
said.
say.
Everybody said Action Comics and Detective Comics were really good. I loved Detective Comics until the last 2 pages.
Killed the whole issue.
Yeah, the whole issue killed that last 2 pages, in my opinion.
I get my take on the Joker.
This I tried to like. Superman's good. I hate that he's jerky. I gotta
Sorry, Chris, but that,
issue
like
2. Issue 2s are gonna. I'm telling you guys, issue 2s are gonna make and break a lot of DC Comics for me.
Indeed.
Sticking to the dark side. Now this is officially the dark side of the DCU. They actually made sure to say that. Swamp Thing #1.
Oh, they made sure to say the one issue.
What are we at? How many minutes left?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh wow, we're really good. Okay. This issue had a mixture of really good and really disturbingly disgusting. But this is Swamp Thing, so I'll be honest. Opening this issue, it was in my mind. It was in my mind already. I knew it was going to happen. So in the beginning of the issue, it's Alec Holland. He's working. He left for sabbatical from his lab, and he's working on construction with this guy. And the Green is trying to take him back. It wants him as Swamp Thing again. He doesn't want to be Swamp Thing. He wants to live.
Right.
But in the very beginning, there's guest appearances by Superman, Batman, Aquaman. But Batman and Aquaman are cameos. Really, they just show up for one picture, one panel, and that's it. Because in the very beginning, the birds, the fish, and the bats in the Batcave all are dying, and we don't know why. Superman actually tries to find Alec Holland and finds him, and that's how we find out that he took sabbatical from his lab. And him and Alec Holland are talking because all these events are happening, and what Superman thinks is this is going to be like some type of there's something coming, something on the Earth. Something in the green is something bad is happening, something atmospherical, and he wants to know if Alec Holland knows anything. And Alec's like, I haven't been in touch with the Green for a long time, and he goes into a huge speech about different professors of his. One says that nature's beautiful, and then another one says nature is like a war, like because you see. And then he's explaining how one little sapling is being strangled to death by a
even plants,
bittersweet vine. No, bittersweet vine.
Too.
Yeah.
He's like, I was part of the Green, and it is violent. And he actually remade his formula, and he's like, you know what? I destroyed it because you know what? The Green is very violent, very bad. Somewhere else in the world, do they give a place? No, they don't. He's like, I'm lost, but you know what? Right now, I just don't want to be found either. Then it jumps into the desert. Here comes the disturbing part. It turns out these bones that were uncovered somehow come to life. You don't want to see this. I swear to you, you don't want to see this. And there's these flies that are on the bones. And these flies actually... Oh, man. This is a spoiler. If they fly into these men's ears... And their necks completely make the neck completely makes a 360 and it faces the back.
180.
And they're 180? Thank you, you're right. A 180, and now this person's body is under the control. The fly actually has the complete control over the bodies. See the last one. All 3 of them get possessed. And whatever this monster is...
That made me...
Okay, I'll turn it. Whatever that monster is, that's the apocalyptic thing that's coming from the Earth, that came out of the Earth. Then you go back to Alec Holland in his motel, and he's having a bad dream about when the chemical accident where he jumped into the swamp and became Swamp Thing, wakes up, and the Green is all over his motel room. And it turns out he still has, for some weird reason, the formula. He runs to the swamp to throw it in. He's like, you want it? You want this so bad you can have? And then it turns out Swamp Thing shows up and he's like, you don't want to do that. And we don't know, and it's to be continued. And next issue is Raise Them Bones. And that's, I have a feeling that has something to do with the monster because it's made of bones, this monster.
Awful. Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. The worst part of this whole book was the flies in the ears that made the next make a complete 180, and the people are walking. They're walking, but they're walking forward, but their faces are facing backwards.
Stupid too.
That's a different kind of disgusting. That's a really, you know, Wildstorm and Vertigo are now part of the DCU with this book alone. When you get something as sick and twisted as flies, somebody's gonna have nightmares about flies going in their ears and forcing their necks to do a 180.
Yeah, but I just want to ask you something.
And the fly takes
Can I
control of
just
their
add
body.
something with this artwork of between the comics that you just saw that were disturbing?
I love the issue though.
I don't like it. You like it?
I hated that part, but the rest of the issue, the whole conflict between Alec Holland and Swamp Thing, he doesn't want to be Swamp Thing, but the Swamp needs him because he's the Earth's green protector, and he's going to have to save the Earth from this thing.
Okay.
One
thing. Who's going to be appealed to this comic book?
Kids. Oh, kids.
Yeah.
Gore is a huge thing with kids.
People love violence nowadays. Violence sells.
But what does... This doesn't show anything that's...
Good.
Good.
Exactly, that's why
it makes us people really like just sick even looking at it.
I'm sorry.
It's a turn of the page.
I already said this. I already said this in past videos. In the last episode of my comic review, I'm going to look at DC as if it's a brand spanking new company.
Like this? From the beginning.
This is gory.
You want to look at it like this? This is just disgusting.
But this is kind of the beginning, the whole conflict.
I'm sorry if I'm raising my voice.
I don't like it.
This is just disgusting.
Where's the reboot?
Sorry.
I can't.
It was good. The whole Swamp Thing issue was good up until the fly part, and then it was good again at the end, and that was it.
What? I'm not a Swamp Thing fan. So
do you really want to do this experiment with us?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can just keep. You can read your Batman.
I can take the gore, but
you can read your Batman. You can read your Superman and Swamp Thing.
I'm probably gonna end up reading the book partially. And then throwing it at you and saying, you read it, you review it, because I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you can read your...
So, as far as... So then let's say this. So let's say this. We have... Today, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 #1 books from DC. Stormwatch is gone, so that's 7 books.
Stupid.
Green Arrow was good, and it was a bright book, so that's 1 that's staying, so that's still 7.
Is good.
That's still 7. I loved International, so that's still 7. Hawk and Dove, Mike and Amber both liked, so that's still 7. Those are all bright books. Now we move into the darker side of DC.
I'll get #2, but...
Amber's on the fence with Batgirl, so let's say 6.5. 6.5.
I don't believe what I'm seeing.
Action Comics #1. I've got to get used to the new Superman. I'm gonna keep going for a while longer, but if it gets any worse, will you shut up so I can finish this?
I
was just talking to Joe.
Yeah, no, don't say while I'm talking. I'm gonna stay on the fence with Action Comics. I'm gonna keep counting it for now. By issue 3, if it still pisses me off, the big changes. I'm being honest, actually. The next issue for this is gonna make or break my collecting of Action, because this is the next issue is where he meets Lex Luthor. His dialogue and what happens is what's gonna determine whether Action Comics stays or goes.
Sorry to say, Chris, 90% sure you're going to end up hating it.
Most likely.
Most likely.
So we're still at 6.5 for now. Batman Detective Comics #1. I'm getting #2 to see what happens next. But once again, on the fence. So that's 5.5. 5.5, because I'm on the fence with Action, but
you said you're still counting it as 6.5.
No, I'm counting Superman because Superman you know, it'll take a lot for me to drop Superman because of how much of a fan I am.
Yeah.
Batman, I'm not as much of a fan.
It's heartbreaking to see what
So Batman, I'm on the fence, so that's 5.5 out of 8. Swamp Thing I'm keeping because I expected the sick and twisted stuff that I read in this book. However, I do think the fly idea with the heads making the 180.
You don't have to say it more than once. You
disgusting.
said it 6 times, so stop.
Well, since it's 7, so just to be honest. Okay. I didn't like that one part, but I like the confliction between Alec Holland and the Green. The Green needs Alec Holland to be Swamp Thing to save the world, but Alec Holland doesn't want to be Swamp Thing because he feels Swamp Thing is a monster. He wants to be human.
I see what you like. My thing is this. Isn't this supposed to be a reboot era where they do new things, not things that have been like...
To be honest, this is new. I've read old Swamp Thing. This is brand new to Swamp
You
Thing.
know he's going to be... So what's he not going to be Swamp Thing anymore?
in.
I mean, come on. What, are you going to make him a new name too? They're going to rename Swamp Thing now?
Let's not even go into detail.
All I know is I'm going to
like
stick
it.
with Swamp Thing.
Like it.
So out of 8 books this week,
Sorry.
we can only suggest to you 5.5. Out of 8 books, 5.5. That means 2.5 books were not worth it. Also this week, through many reviewers, OMAC did not do good. Men of War did not do good. The hell with it. I'm going to go find it. There's a checklist in every single one of these things. I'm going to find it.
Right towards the end.
Yeah, right. At the very end, right? No.
No, it's like in the middle.
It is in the middle.
Yeah. 'Cause I remember
Here it is. Aquaman.
There it is.
Okay, Batwing did terrible. That's why I didn't even remember. Batwing did awful. It was one of the lowest books in the entire run this week.
Which kind of says a lot.
Static Shock did good, but I'm not. That's not my type. As well as what?
Animal Man.
Animal Man did good. Animal Man is going in conjunction. It's the Swamp. It's in conjunction with Swamp Thing. It's the darker side of the DCU. Swamp Thing is the green. Animal Man is the red. Swamp Thing involves plants. Animal Man involves blood and living things.
So maybe the red monster
Like I
here
want
is
to get
Animal
wood and
Man?
just bang my head.
They mentioned that Animal Man and Swamp Thing might have a crossover. So what I might do is get Animal Man #1 to see where they're going with it, because they say the 2 books really
Coincide. With each
coincide.
other, yeah.
And a lot of people had a lot of
I
good
can
things
see
to
that.
say about Animal Man. So I'm going to get Animal Man in 2 weeks,
More just in Swamp Thing.
just to see how it is. If it's still in Midtown. If it's not in Midtown, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, exactly.
But they say it's supposed to coincide with Swamp Thing, and they're going to be crossovers. It's going to be huge.
That sounds
Now,
interesting, that part.
Before I finish up this week, I have a question I got from one of my things I mentioned. If you guys have questions, to send it to me.
Okay.
What?
Before you start that.
I'm fine.
Okay.
The question is from Tim Hollerup, T-Y-M Hollerup, and he basically asked me, he said he's getting all 52 issues, no matter whether they're $3.99 or $2.99. He asked me if he should pick up a second copy and then sell it later on for more money, basically make a profit or make a huge profit off of it through eBay, basically, and say, in other words, these #1s are going to be, are they the next big thing? Will they sell for big bucks, the first 52? As I always say, there's over 1 million copies of these in the world right now. Whether they sell out in Midtown or not doesn't matter. You can find them on eBay right now and side comic book stores, Amazon. Yes, they'll be a little bit more expensive, like $5, $6, but you can find them.
Plenty of auction sites.
DC Comics also did a digital comic copy of every single comic. So let's say I can't get Animal Man. Maybe I'll pay the $2 for the download, the digital download. Then I'll have it digitally. Will it be worth money? Maybe, maybe not. If this whole 52 #1s does really, really amazing, which it's not doing so far, it's got that 50-50 feel to it, these comics aren't going to be worth it. I have 3 issues. I did not take it off my wall to show, but I have 3 of the same comic. Cost me $2 of Superman #1, right after Crisis on Infinite Earth. It was part of the reboot. The part of the DC Comics second reboot. And it's worth $2 now. And I have 3 of them because I got it in grab bags and everything else. So that's worth nothing, really. That Superman #1 is worth as much as this comic, $2.99. So I can't tell you to go out and buy a second copy, Tim. I'm guessing that's your name because that's what your name is on your YouTube channel. Because, and even if it's not, I'm using your YouTube channel as your name. Because if this 52 does not work out, which is what I'm not going to say it's not going to work out, but I'm not going to say it's like so huge that you'll never find these #1s. Will you make a profit? Possibly, but you're going to have to wait a very, very long time.
Oh, yes.
And even then, if these issues don't pan out so well, if they make it only to issue 6 and then they cut it off, Like Men at War and OMAC are never going to be worth more than $1 in the future. Never.
Care
So
about them even.
if you don't have the money, I wouldn't buy the second issues, but I could be wrong. Maybe one day they'll be like, oh, you got the full 52 of #1s?
True.
It might not. It depends on the gross sales and how many comics sell out
And the grotesqueness.
and people's likes and dislikes. So if you want to buy a second issue, by all means go ahead. But once again, I tell this to all my comic book collectors and every reviewer and true in the heart comic collector knows. You buy comics because you love reading them. You don't buy comics just to make a profit out of it. Because you know what? 9 times out of 10 you won't make a profit. Especially when there's 1 million copies of these nowadays. And there's digital copies. I don't think anybody's going to be willing to spend $400 in 5 years for all 52 #1s. I don't see it happening. Maybe, but most likely not. So that's it for this week, finally. Going through the #1s. Swamp Thing, I liked. I'm coming back. I will suggest it. I liked it. Detective Comics #1. Looking over the Joker thing, I would suggest it also, but it's very gory at the end. Both books have gory moments. Reader beware, and not for kids. Superman Action Comics #1. For new readers, good. For me, it's going to take a while for me to adjust. Batgirl #1.
I'm picking up the second issue.
Would you suggest the first?
For some readers.
For some readers, okay.
White violence.
I suggest Hawk and Dove #1. Great, pick it up.
I like Hawk and Dove. I
it
didn't
too.
read the whole thing yet. I'm going to finish it
I
tonight.
loved it.
It's good.
Justice League International has Dan Jurgens writing it. Amazing comic. Green Arrow,
Yep.
same exact thing except Dan Jurgens is drawing it. It flatlined on some parts, but I would still suggest
My
it.
favorite.
Stormwatch, I hated it. Boring, put me to sleep. Not going to get the next issue. Now we're into the regular stuff. Marvel, the New Avengers Annual 1 was good. I'd say check it out. It was really good. The Revengers. It's nice to see how... It's going to be fun to see how the Avengers actually stop the Revengers. Wolverine 15 had its good points, had its bad points, good artwork. I would still suggest it. X-2314.
It's good, but it did flatline. Like, it
flatlined.
had a flatline. At the end, it kind of had that little hook.
Hook to keep you going. X-Men 17, the story died and came back, then died again, then came back at the very end. I'd say check it out. X-Men with the FF.
Yes.
Punisher #3.
The fight, awesome. Looking forward to issue 4 and seeing what happens
So you'd say
next.
pick it up.
Yes, absolutely pick it up.
Spider Island one shot, I Spider New York City. It's up to you guys. It's a side tale. It really is a side tale. You don't have to get it. And if you're a really mature person, you don't need it unless you want to see the Punisher in the first story. Fear Itself Wolverine Part 3 of 3 is up to you. Hit the middle button. You go behind the cameras.
Oh, yes. So I'll see you guys later.
See you guys later. Spawn 211 was... I'm on the fence with Spawn. Depends on the next issue if I take it or leave it. Lady Death
Very good.
9. Yeah, very good. Transformers 25 was also a good pickup. Once again, my comic book, my superhero collector's comic book magazine was White Lantern Sinestro. Absolutely suggested. It's a sellout in most stores. Glad I got mine before it sold out. Once again,
To 9/11.
tribute. This
Yes.
whole episode is in tribute to
We will never
September
forget.
11, 2001. We'll never forget.
Never.
I was in New York when
10
it
years
happened.
later.
Pablo says goodbye, Sendel says goodbye, Swampy says goodbye, and Mikey says it's pizza time.
Yep.
So, 2 more. Well, 3 more. 3 more episodes to go. And then we are officially in the 100th episode. I will see you guys in my next video. If I don't make any vlog videos this week, I will see you guys in my next comic book review.
Bye,
Take care, guys. Have a
Later.
good week.
See ya.
We will all see you next time.
Later.
Later.
Later.